Welcome back to Real Health, and thank you for staying with us. Losing weight is an uphill battle for many, and no matter how hard they try, they seem to be losing that battle. We do forget that we're individuals, and therefore weight loss will be different for every person. So we need to embark on weight loss regimes that work for us as individuals in order to achieve our goal. We've invited holistic counselor and health and fitness specialist Anri van Rooyen to tell us more about healthy ways to lose weight. Welcome, Anri. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much. It's great to be here.
Tell us, why is it so hard for people to lose weight?
You see, that's a very difficult question because it depends on how you look at it as well. So firstly, I would like to say not to lose weight, but to lose fat weight specifically.
Okay.
Because if you look at the body, you need to look at body composition as well.
Right, okay.
So if you look at your total weight, you get your water, protein, mineral, and fat. So we're obviously talking now about fat weight specifically.
Yes.
So the reason it's difficult is there might be many different factors that play a role. And also, we also find that a lot of people that actually adopt lifestyle changes also struggle at some point.
Okay.
And the main factor for both of these, whether you starting off, let's say you start becoming overweight, or versus if you've been trying something and it's been working and it stopped working, it's similar factors that play a role still.
Okay.
So the underlying message that we also find at the weight control clinic at our practice is that stress is the main factor there.
Okay.
So it's a lot of people tell me, no, but I don't stress a lot. It's not about physically stressing, or you think you might not be stressing, but you might have a stressed personality, for example.
Or your body is stressed, but you're not necessarily aware of it.
Exactly. Yes. So it might be emotional stress, like even negative self-talk, and people don't even think about that. You keep on telling yourself, if you look in the mirror, you say, oh, you're so ugly, you're so fat, nobody can love you. That's actually causing stress.
Spiral.
Yes, exactly. So that is causing negative stress in the body.
Right.
But it can also be financial, family, friends, etc. So there's a lot of stress factors that we need to look at in that sense.
If I've now decided, I've realized that I've got stresses in my life that are causing a challenge in losing weight, or have caused me to gain weight, what are some of the ways that we need to step back and look at dealing with those stresses and release or reduce them?
Okay, so obviously step one would be just seek out a professional, because not all of us, we do specific things because we're good at it, go see someone that is in the weight loss industry, that know what they're talking about, but also that you connect with, because if you don't believe what they believe, it's
then
also
not
good.
Then you're not going to buy into it.
Exactly. So I would say step one would be to get help. Like we also have actually developed a relaxation CD that's now on a USB, that you actually listen to that in the morning and at night, because it makes you in a relaxed state before you go to bed, then you sleep better, because sleep is also another one major factor with weight gain specifically. And it might be hormonal challenges as well, so hormonal imbalances, and for example your thyroid gland, insulin, your sugar levels, so all of that also play a role, like diabetes, etc. So it might be a metabolic dysfunction, but that we also look at the practice. So we'll then do blood tests, and that's what Dr. Anri then will do more.
We spoke about, or I alluded to the fact that different bodies, different personalities, different, if I can call it a personal biome, for want of a better word, will react differently to different foods, to different diets, and all of those aspects. So you mentioned a blood test. Are there other ways of identifying what your profile is for a specific diet that is going to be more targeted than just a general reduction in what you're eating?
Yes, actually quite interesting. We do genetic screenings. So based on that, we do the diet profile on that as well. That can actually show you exactly, is low carb a better option for you? Is low fat? Is Mediterranean? Or or high protein? But I must say 90% of the time, most people fare well on a low carb diet. And we've even seen it in practice with the genetic screenings we've done.
Now let's go to that point of the keto diet and the paleo diet and things like that, which are by nature low carb. What is that impact actually having on your body in a way that it processes the food that you eat?
Yes. Okay, so I'm going to take low carb in general. You get different types of low carb diets. So what happens in the body is, if you, let's say, the thing is, most of us actually take in enough sugar in things we eat, like your fruit, your veggies. There's actually sufficient enough for the body. So if you then take an extra additional, then obviously if you have too much blood sugar in the blood, or blood glucose levels, then it will go into fat specifically. So in that sense, if you reduce your carb intake, especially people with hyperglycemia, or that tends to go, or that's pre-diabetic as well, or who has diabetes, it is better to do a low carb type of program. Because remember, their insulin is not working properly. So they might be taking in, bread, for example, then it goes into the bloodstream.
Becomes glucose.
Becomes glucose, goes through the pancreas, and insulin secreted. But if you type 2 diabetes, the insulin isn't actually binding on the receptors properly. So the sugar can't come in, which means it it's increasing in levels in the blood.
Yes.
So in that sense, you already have a lot, but the body is not taking it up.
Yes,
and then the second function is fat weight, basically, or fat gain.
Okay.
So what happens in the body is if you take lower amounts of carbohydrates, and remember you still have your good quality, if that makes sense.
Yes.
So I would always say stay away from refined carbohydrates in any case.
As a rule, pretty much, yeah.
But then if you do choose to do low carb, then we do say opt for your natural sugars, like in your fruits and veggies and so on.
Okay.
And we also do actually then recommend intermittent fasting because it takes actually 6 to 8 hours. The body actually takes to metabolize sugar that's already in the body, in your liver and in the muscle, which is glycogen.
Okay.
It takes 6 to 8 hours. So after 8 hours, the body only goes into fat burning mode.
Okay. So let's just go back a step and tell us exactly what is intermittent fasting.
Okay. So intermittent fasting, if you break the word down, it's periods of the day that you'll be fasting and other periods that you'll be eating.
Yes.
So we generally recommend the 16-8 hour method.
Okay.
Because it's easiest for most people, or the most convenient for most people. And basically what it entails, you don't eat for 16 hours.
Okay.
But don't worry, you sleep as well.
That includes your sleeping time.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly. So you choose any consecutive 8 hours of the day.
Right.
So to give an example, you'll have breakfast around 10 o'clock in the morning, and then lunch around 2, and then dinner before 6, because that's 8 hours.
Yes.
But also again, then people say, but no, breakfast is the most important meal of the day. I'm like, yes, but you're still having breakfast, just at 8.
Just later.
So, exactly.
Okay.
And I mean, everyone is like that. Nobody eats the same time breakfast in any case.
Yeah.
So that is also a very good tool to actually decrease blood sugar levels.
So you're not reducing the amount necessarily of meals that you're having in the day. You're just altering when it happens so that your body's got time to use up everything.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
So you'll see it'll tend to happen if you do intermittent fasting, you want to eat less actually because you're not that hungry.
Yes.
Actually. So it also helps with that.
Okay.
But most people want to then just eat actually 2 to 3 meals instead of it's not good to always eat 5 to 6 meals.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. Now, in terms of exercise, obviously we know that exercise plays a role in your weight. How much exercise should we be doing as part of a weight loss program, and how I think often that's a stumbling block with people because they feel like, I can't do as much exercise as I think I should be doing. Do we need to be sweating it out every day for 2 hours to lose weight? Or if we're doing the right stuff nutritionally, is it more of a balance to not feel that we're exhausting ourselves from an exercise perspective?
That is the most resistance we actually find, is people with exercise specifically. And interestingly enough, when you look at the body composition, again, your proteins, minerals, fat, etc., people who exercise burn more fat automatically.
Okay.
But obviously you do get the correct type of exercise. No, you don't have to do it 2 hours on end.
Okay.
If you do it properly and the correct type, you can actually get away with 10 to 15 minutes a day.
Okay, so it doesn't have to be a huge amount. That's fascinating.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
But then you need to focus on the proper type.
Yes.
And that, I also from a sports physiological background, I generally recommend interval training.
Okay.
So that's like cardio, like any type of cardio.
Yes.
But it's not like you jogging on a treadmill for 60 minutes. It's where you have periods of low intensity followed by low intensity.
Right.
So you don't stop, you just do it slower and then faster.
Okay. So that's changing the heart rate up and down as you're going as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
So and also that doesn't burn as much calories as an hour on the treadmill, just on the same level, but it has a post-exercise effect. So you're actually burning calories up to 48 hours afterwards.
Right. Okay.
So that's what you're aiming for, especially with long-term fat loss as well.
Okay, fantastic.
And then the second type is your strength training, which is to preserve muscle mass.
Yes.
Because the more muscle you have, the more metabolically active.
So would you say that that's more of a maintenance thing than a weight loss thing, the strength training that you do?
No,
so it's a complementary.
No, definitely a combination of both.
Okay, fantastic. Yeah. So important, again, it just goes to show that it's all about balance in life, from the eating side to an exercise side.
Definitely.
You need to strike that balance so that you can manage it and enjoy it for the most part as well if you get it right.
No, for sure.
Well, thank you so much for joining us in studio. It's been a great chat, and I'm sure we'll have you around again.
Definitely,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Super.